up some of the downtown area to help attract new businesses. I think, the market that that Rhodes has been having the first Saturday of each month has actually brought some citizens downtown, more than usually are downtown, especially on a Saturday because there aren't any businesses open. So I think just more events like that and really trying to revitalize the downtown would be the main thing I would be looking to do.
Thank you. And Randy, that same question to you.
Sure, we can always do a better job, and I think we try to do a better job. One of the areas that I think we're trying to focus on now is the downtown area, and there's a couple of problems with that. One, we can't just simply spend money on beautification because state statute doesn't allow us to do that. It's illegal unless you can show it's for public good. Some of the sidewalks don't belong to the property owner. Some of them are part of DOT property, and we can't improve those without getting the legal requirements for that. Plus, if we did improve them and try to assess them for it, it's questionable whether we could even legally do that. But with that aside, I've met with some of the county officials, and the Mountain to the Sea project, I think, is a very important project. I'm going to introduce a committee at the next meeting on doing that. That will bring bikers, horseback riders, a number of people here. It will bring a lot of business to the downtown area. We can work with a committee to set out the pathways and trails on that and get easements for that. If we do that, that's going to bring in a lot of business. It's going to bring in a lot of tourism. It's going to bring a lot of people to the downtown merchants. And I think we can do a good job at that.
Thank you very much. The second question will go to Mickey. Mickey, although the town council has been making plans to build a park and a town hall for many years, several residents have recently said they knew little about the specifics, and specifically about the town hall. Do you think the council should or could have done more to communicate?
Well, I think we've done a lot of communicating that people say they don't remember and things, but letters have gone out. We've had questions and sort of tried to inform everybody the best we possibly could. And then after they say, there's things they'd like to know, we sent out a letter. And I understand some people didn't get it. And this is sort of telling, about our finances, what we're going to spend and this sort of thing. And we don't know yet about the building for a town hall because we have not got any bids in, and until that all is in, we won't know. I can tell you this, folks, we won't do anything foolish. We never have in all these 20 years. And we've done real well, I think, to keep things as much as we have the way they are. I think the people probably would appreciate that.
Okay, thank you. And Frank, the same question.
Just repeat it real quick.
I sure will. Although the town council has been making plans to build a park and town hall for many years, several residents have recently said they knew little about the specifics, specifically about the town hall. Do you think the council should or could have done more to communicate?
I think it's probably a double-edged sword there because I think, the council has done, a decent job getting information out there. Sometimes people don't listen, and then later on when they hear stuff they don't remember, and I agree with Mickey, I think the stuff's been out there, but some of them haven't heard it. I did like the newsletter that was just sent out. I thought that was a really good idea. I wish that had been done a little earlier because they're having questions, just misinformation that had been out there for the past several months that this could have cleared up if it was an ongoing newsletter as they were going on with the town hall. So I think that would have helped the citizens, at least then would have had something in their mailbox, and they did post it on the internet, so that was nice. Even if you didn't get it, you could go on the internet and see it. I do think there's still a little work that has to be done with getting some more information out there. There are some numbers in that newsletter, but they're not specifics, and I realize that the town doesn't have the actual budget in place yet, but there are some things I think and I think hopefully they will do that before they get to that point, have those things worked out so we can look at them and then make an informed decision.
Thank you. Theron, slightly different twist, but on the same subject. For those people that have expressed concerns, what do you think their greatest concerns are? And do you think that they're valid concerns?
I think that their biggest issue is the cost that's going to be involved, both the building as well as the long-range maintenance, additions, things of that nature. I do think they have a valid concern. I think that is public monies that are going to be spent, hopefully well spent, and bring to Stokesdale a new set of facilities that will last probably a lot longer than some of us will. I think also that we have, as far as the financial end, the newsletter did put it out in the public meeting view. I think it was, as far as what we have at this point in time in Stokesdale, it was very comprehensive, given the amount, and also the information from the candidates who was printed in the Northwest Observer about those questions were pertinent.
Thank you. Randy, that same question that I asked there is asked to you.
If you would repeat it, just to make sure I distinguish between the two.
You bet. For those people who have had concerns specifically about the town hall, what do you think they are, and are their concerns valid?
Well, I think the main concern that everybody has is will it result in a tax? And it will not, because there's no one on the existing council or any council I've ever served on that will vote for any project that would result in a tax. The other thing is, the question is it for multi-purpose use? And it's always been designed that way. From the very beginning, we had meetings with the long-range financial planning group, and the first thing we talked about and what we commissioned the architects to do, what the council did, instructed that committee to do, tell the architects we want something that can be used by the public all the time for everything. It's designed and was from the beginning to be youth organizations, civic organizations, senior organizations, and we've tried to get that message out and across to them. And if I just reserve one of the things that we did, Northwest Observer, December 22nd, 2006, Master Plan Phase 1, and it talks about that, and we mention all the things of uses that I just said, also about the park. And we've tried to get that information out as best we can through our newsletters. Everything that was done in planning committees were also done before the council again, and we've had open meetings on that. So we've tried our best, and we'll answer any questions the public has.
Thank you. Mickey, this question goes to you. The Lowe's Home Improvement Distribution Warehouse is closing, which will leave the large building on US 158, formerly the Burlington Industries building, open. What, if anything, do you think the town should do to try to fill the building?
Well, when we learned they were going out, I called the, I think there's 3 owners, and I talked to each one of them, and I was interviewed on TV, and they said that they had some prospects that were real good, and I haven't heard since that point, and they haven't quite closed yet, so I don't know, but he said they did have some things in mind that it might be rented for different purposes, so.
Okay, Frank, that same question is going to come to you.
You know, I think, you know, when you have something like that, it's kind of like you're stuck, because you're running a town, but that's a private business there. I think there's some things the town council can do to help them look for prospects, especially, you know, like Mickey said, talking to the owners over it, seeing what maybe they're looking for, and then going out as, you know, as a town and maybe promoting the town. Of course, there's not a lot in the downtown at this point to promote, which is the closest area to that, but just as a town council promoting what we have to offer and showing them that, yeah, it would be a good idea for you to take over that building.
Okay, thank you. Theron, some have said that with its commercial development, not only in the downtown area, but also down US 158, on N68, and near Hall River Road, the town is suffering from urban sprawl. Do you agree, and if so, what can be done about it?
I think urban sprawl is a relative term in Stokesdale. At this point in time, I think the town and the investors, the developers need to consider any future endeavors as far as support. Is there an economic base to support any more, use the term urban sprawl in Stokesdale? I think we still have comfortable areas in Stokesdale. I think that if it's managed correctly for the next 5, 10, 15 years, that it can work out to be a joint venture between residential, rural living, as well as the needed commercial entities to support the town and the surrounding people, and those people support the proper business.